Hey there, island dreamers, locals, and anyone craving a slice of paradise. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time, to the Fun and Key West podcast, where the vibe is always laid back, the stories are salty, and the drinks, well, are definitely frozen. I'm your host, Michele O'Connor, your unofficial tour guide to the Conch Republic. Whether you're planning your first trip, your fifth trip, or you're just daydreaming about trading the cubicle for the ocean breeze, you are in the right place. Here's the deal. This podcast is your insider's guide to all things Key West. We're talking where to eat, hello, conch fritters and key lime pie, where to drink, spoiler alert, there will be rum, where to stay, and all the quirky, wonderful things that make Key West the one-of-a-kind paradise we all love. Plus, we'll keep you up to date on the latest happenings, festivals, events, maybe even the occasional Hemingway lookalike sighting. And just to keep things spicy, we'll be bringing on some amazing guests now and then, locals, business owners, and people who know the island like the back of their sandy hand. So grab your flip-flops, pour yourself a cold one, and let's escape to the island state of mind together, whether you're tuning in from your hammock or your commute, while wishing it was a hammock. We've got all the Key West goodness coming your way. Thanks for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun in Key West. Let's dive in. Welcome to another episode of Wandering Wednesday. This is your go-to guide for all things Key West and the Florida Keys. It's December, and I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving surrounded by your favorite people. Now, as we dive into the holiday season, there's no better time to explore the magic of Key West, where holiday lights meet swaying palm trees and warm ocean breezes. From festive parades to holiday markets and even a lighted boat parade, December in the Keys is packed with unforgettable experiences. So grab your flip-flops, maybe a light jacket for those cool evenings, and let's wander through all the exciting events and activities happening in Key West in December.
Welcome to FunInKey, where every day feels like a mini fest. Grab a drink, take it slow. We'll show you where the locals go. Food, fun, and stories to tell. Gems you know so well. Your Key West, here this day. It's fun in Key West every day.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Wandering Wednesday. And today, it's the first part of December. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving and got to spend it with the people you most wanted to be able to spend that with. But we are now into December. And the first part of every month, I like to talk about what is happening in Key West and the Florida Keys for that month. There is so much happening in Key West during December. And if you get an opportunity to explore Key West during the holiday season, please do. Put it on your bucket list. The lights are up. At the end of November, they have all of the tree lighting ceremonies and everything gets to be very festive. And there's something about the holiday season and the holiday lights with palm trees and warm weather, which brings us to the question of what kind of weather can we expect to see in Key West in December? Well, it's going to be a little bit cooler, but probably guaranteed not as cold as it would be up north. But you're looking at temperatures in the 70s during the day. It might drop down to the mid 60s at night. I always say I pack for the weather, so I always check the weather. But maybe I don't pack enough layers that I might have to go shopping. Call it a hazard of the job, but it's a great time to go out. You can still go out on the water. It might be a little cool in the water for snorkeling or something, but it's still going to be fabulous. You're still going to be able to go out. You're going to do those sunset tours. You're going to go out and do the dolphin watching and all of those fun and exciting things to do, as well as you still can do your walking tours. You can go out and do your bike rides. So there's lots of things still to do in Key West in December. But as promised, I want to jump into some of the things that are happening. And so as you start to explore things that are happening in Key West and all of the Florida Keys, what I want people to know is there's something happening all the time, just about, if not every month, there's something happening. So let's start off with some really fun things that are happening in Key West and the Florida Keys for the month of December. If you are here watching me live, please stop what you're doing watching and chat and drop me a DM or drop me some comments in and say, "Hey, Michelle," and tell me where you're at. So let's start this off. Murata Way is the third Thursday. So Murata Way, third Thursday Art Walk, and that's up in Island Murata. And it's the third Thursday of each month from 6 to 9. You get to experience the vibrant Murata Way Arts and Cultural District area walk in Island Murata. So if you are able to head out and do that, be sure to check that out. Today, if you are in Key West, Rich Voss is at the Comedy Key West Club. And actually, he'll be there from today through December the 6th of 2025. And so if you don't know who he is, he has 4 specials on Comedy Central and over 100 television appearances. So be sure if you're in town to check that out. If you are a Parrot Head, you are probably already have your tickets for this, and this was on your calendar. But if you missed it by chance, Mac McAnally is at the Key West Theater tomorrow, December the 4th through December 6th. So be sure to check that out if there are tickets still available. The Waterfront Playhouse, which is right there by Mallory Square, is doing shows of Some Enchanted Evening. And so they're doing it from the 4th of December on various days all the way up through January 5th. So it's the Rodgers and Hammerstein, and you bring in some of the songs, and it's going to be a theatrical presentation of a lot of those Rodgers and Hammerstein's songs. If you are into fishing and want to explore that side of the Florida Keys, the 2025 Island Murata Sailfish Tournament is December 5th through the 7th, and that's the 62nd Sailfish Tournament, and it kicks off with the Gold Cup Sailfish Championship. So be sure to check that out. Of course, an absolute fun thing to do in Key West is see a parade go down Duval. There are parades just several times a year, but the Key West Christmas Parade is December the 6th. So be sure to check that out. Let's see. You have the Key Largo Bridge Run also on December the 6th. So if you want to be able to do that, be sure to check that out. Key West Women's Club is doing a European style holiday market, and that's on December 6th. So be sure to check that out at the Hellings Curry Museum, and that's at 319 Duval Street. And they're doing that on the 6th. Santa will be doing a visit at the shops of Mallory Square. So if you want to go see the big man and put your wish in on his list and make sure you are on the good list, he will be there on December 6th. Let's see, the Garden Club of Island Murata, this is in the Upper Keys. They are doing a holiday market on December the 6th. So if you're coming in or around, you can do that. There's going to be a community open house and a holiday tree lighting event at the Women's Club there in Key West on the 7th. So you can go check that out. Of course, you have the Eaton Street Christmas Stroll on the 7th. I'm telling you, see, there are so many things that you can do in Key West during December. The studios there in Key West on December the 8th is offering a class on ceramics, and you can learn all about sustainable ceramics there. One of the really fun things to do in Key West is take the Old Town Trolley, and they do a holiday sights and festive nights tours. And those run from December the 8th through the 23rd, and that's a ticketed event, so be sure to check those out and for availability. Personal Effects will be running at the French Theater from the 9th of December through the 13th. You're going to have Scrooge Macbeth at the Red Barn Theater on December the 9th. Femmes of Rock are going to be playing at December the 10th there in Key West. We have another run. This one's going to be the Island Murata Half Marathon, 10K, and Beach and Beer Mile. Sounds like a really fun event, and that's right there, December the 11th through the 14th. in Island Murata. In addition to the trolleys doing their festive tours, the conch train also does it, but those run from the December 11th through the 23rd, so be sure to check those out. The Key West International Dance Company, the 11th and 12th of December, will be doing a country Christmas. Scott Kirby will be at the Key West Theater on the 11th. And at Williams Hall will be Robert Albury, that is Key West King of Soul. He'll be there. Ram's Head is presenting Anthony Rodia Laugh Till It Hurts tour. And it'll be at the 11th. So you can be sure to check that one out. The Custom House is also running an event. It's a holiday concert and bazaar, and that will be running on December the 12th. In addition to all of these other events, you have another holiday concert at the studios on the 12th. They're also running at the studios the 12th through the 13th, drawing essentials classes. Schooner Wharf will be doing their annual Key West Lighted Boat Parade. And Tim is saying, hello, hope all is well. And it is. It is awesome. And so Tim, I hope you're doing well as well. So let's see, what else do we have? You have the first annual Great Gingerbread Build at the Harry S. Truman Little White House, and that'll be on the December the 13th. Key Largo is also running a boat parade. So if you don't make it all the way down to Key West and you're in the Upper Keys, be sure to check that out. That's on the December 13th. Where we were just at last weekend, the Southernmost Beach Resort, they're having a Merry Marketplace on December the 13th. Be sure to go check that out, as well as the resort. Like I said, I'm working on getting a link and some ways to be able to help you guys book that experience directly with us. And on December the 13th, they're also doing a 5K, so you can do that. Follow the Rabbit will be at the Key West Theater, so don't miss that, and that's going to be on the December 13th. The Studios is running another class on iPhone photography, December the 13th and the 14th. Key West is also at Bayview Park on the 14th, going to do the menorah lighting ceremony. As you can see, just about every day in December, there is something happening. Something really fun is on the second and fourth Sunday of every month, the Sheriff's Animal Farm has an open house. You can go see the animals that are over at the animal house there at the Sheriff's Place. And so be sure to check that out. You also have an annual holiday concert at the Tennessee Williams Theater on the 14th. Stock Island is also doing a holiday lighted boat carnival, and that's on the 14th. If you are in town for the triathlon, good luck. That is on December the 14th in Key West. There's going to be a candlelight Christmas at the Key West Theater, and that's on the December 16th. You're going to have a comedy event there at the 16th, 17th, and 18th in Key West. That's at Comedy Key West. Beats on the Bay, which is over there in Island Murata. They're going to be running a concert there on the 19th. Studios is offering another class on the 19th as well. Key West is also doing a 5K and a Jingle Bell Mile on the 20th. So if you are a runner, I'm telling you, Key West and the Florida Keys is the place to be. Marathon is doing on December the 20th, a holiday celebration in the square. The Studios is doing an event on the 20th and 21st with puppetry. And then you have the Florida Keys Southernmost Car Club Holiday Classic Car Show, which I'm telling you is amazing to see in person. And that's December the 21st. And then we're getting close to when the big guy comes. Of course, you have Key Largo is running on the 24th through the 1st, their 7th annual holiday celebration, and they're doing all kinds of events. So if you're in Key Largo or want to come down to Key Largo from Miami or Lauderdale for the day, be sure to check those out. Scott Kirby will be at the Key West Theater on the 26th. Schooner and several of the other sailings in Key West do offer Christmas Day brunches and events. special for the holidays. So be sure to check out at FunInKeyWest.com, our travel partners, and see if there's an event that you want to be part of and see if there are tickets still available. So this all leads up to New Year's Eve. And I'm telling you, New Year's Eve is an unforgettable experience in Key West. There are three choices for you to choose from as to where you are going to ring in 2026 at. So you have Schooner Wharf, and there they are going to drop the iconically lower the pirate winch at Schooner Wharf, so you can see that. At Sunset Pier, they also do an event. Sloppy Joe's is doing the 32nd annual dropping of the conch shell. And that happens, you can see it. That's usually one of the things that they show live on several of the networks. And so you can see the conch shell drop, and it comes from the roof of Sloppy Joe's. You also have the dropping of the red shoe over at Bourbon Street, which leads us into, which is just right around the corner. Mile Zero Fest starts at the end of January of 26. So if you can't make it to Key West for all of the holiday festivities, January rolls right in with all kinds of lots of fun things happening. I thought I'd drop in and do my normal, hey, this is what's happening in Key West in the month of December, and give you some ideas of what you can expect. Like I said, weather-wise, it's still warm. You probably want to bring some layers, bring a light jacket for the evening. You still can probably enjoy some pool time and just being outside in the sunshine, especially if you are up north and had just that winter storm that came through. I think Key West is probably going to be an awesome place to be for the holiday season. You can find all of this information. It's a shameless plug, I know. You can find all of this information over at FunInKeyWest.com. And over there, if you check under what to do under our calendar events, I will be updating that post here really soon before the end of the week. And so I hope you guys check that out. We had a little bit of a glitch with the website. It crashed for about 15 hours last night, and it is now up and running. And we are doing some improvements on that site. And I hope that you guys check out our site. Let me know what you like, some changes that you think we should do, what would make it easier for you to navigate it. But you go over there, check that out, sign up for our newsletter, and check out our book club. We are having a lot of fun reading books that are connected somehow to the Florida Keys. This is December, and this is the month of Jimmy Buffett's birthday. And so we are celebrating that by reading one of Jimmy Buffett's books. So be sure to check out the tab that says book club and see what we're reading. In the meantime, you guys have a great day. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being part of this community. Thank you so much for supporting what I do and bringing all this information to you. You guys have a great evening. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy. I hope you're enjoying our new theme song. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm going to leave you with the tail end of our theme song. You guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you. That's it for today's episode. I hope you're as excited as I am about all the holiday magic happening in Key West and the Florida Keys in December. Whether you're planning to catch a lighted boat parade, enjoy a festive trolley tour, or just soak up that sunshine, there's something for everyone in the season. Don't forget to check out FunInKeyWest.com for all the latest updates, event details, and even our book club. Thank you for tuning in, for being part of this amazing community, and for supporting what we do. Until next time, keep wandering, keep exploring, and keep chasing those island vibes.